you are going to be the deliberate creator of your own reality, then you must understand how it is that reality is created. When you got here, there was a lot of already manifested stuff around you. And it is logical that you would look at it and say, well, this is life. And that you would maybe not remember clearly that you were going to be adding to and creating more and molding it into place. But we want you to hear from us and maybe to spark your memory in the knowledge that you came to let what is be the bouncing off place for more. And that it is such a wonderful thing when the contrast of your life experience causes you to know that you prefer something beyond what is. And further, to actually consciously know that once you have launched the rocket of desire, that the entire universe will work in concert to help you in the manifestation of it. And nothing less than that will do for you. There is no satisfaction in just coming forth and regurgitating what's already there. You get bored so fast and really sort of petty about the bad job they've been doing. But when you realize that you are the agents of change, that you are the ones who get to focus and identify and know what improvement can be, and then you use the power of your focus, not dissuaded by what is, not tempted by looking at what's easier to see. Oh, it is so much easier just to look at what is already manifested, isn't it? It's so much easier to see it and praise it or criticize it. It's so much easier just to look at what is and weigh in with all of the other statisticians on the goodness and the badness and the rightness and the wrongness of it. That's really easy to do, but not satisfying. But if you get to look at it, and out of it, you get to identify the improvement that you can see. And then you can find ways of focusing on the improvement even though it hasn't manifested. But you know you're zeroing in on it because of the way you feel, because of the satisfaction that you are feeling in your focus. Then you get to be one who consciously observes what's in this vibrational reality, this reality that is so real, we've given it a name, we called it a vortex. We wrote 2 books about it because we want you to accept the reality of this vibrational reality. If you can accept that you have created a vibrational reality and that you can fixate on the vibration of what's in it, then you get to be one who witnesses the evolution of these vibrations to thoughts, and these thoughts to words, and these thoughts and words to things. You get to witness the becoming of creation, which is what you came to do. Not one of you said, oh, I'll go forth and I'll just watch them do it, and then I'll make a list of how well they're doing. None of you said that. You said, I'll go forth and life will inspire within me new desire. You knew that step 1 of the creative process would be born within you just by your participation, your observation of life experience. So step 1's easy. Life causes you to ask. And when you ask, step 2 happens immediately, because that's the vortex. That's where your inner being is. That's where source is. Law of attraction, responding to these vibrational requests and gathering all of the cooperative components all together for you to begin to receive them. But you can't receive these new improved ideas and experiences if you're still beating the drum of how it is. You've got to be quicker on the launching of the desire, and then more willing to focus into a place where it hasn't manifested, by following your bliss, by following the feeling, by following the satisfaction, by following the pleasure of the new idea. And when you learn to hold that frequency, you can do it through meditation. We'll talk about that. It's our favorite because it's easiest for you. You can do it by appreciation. That's easy too, provided you're not too far down the road on something other than appreciation. When you focus in a way that allows you to feel good, then you allow your vibration, the vibration of your physical apparatus, to rise to the equivalency of the vibration of your source, to the equivalency of what's in your vortex. And then such wonderful things happen for you. Then you are what we call in the receiving mode or the allowing mode. It's like tuning your radio dial. You are in the receiving mode of what's in the vortex. And then you begin to experience an avalanche of ideas and impulses where you get to witness the actual becoming of what you desire. There is nothing more exhilarating than to witness your asking being manifest. But you see, the part that most humans have left out of that equation is they have forgotten that they must be in the receiving mode, because you must be the translator of the vibration in order to witness it. Most humans think, oh, well, if I'm good, then what I think is God will bless me with what I want. So if I'm in need of something and I pray hard for the improvement, then God or something will give it to me. And when it doesn't come, because you stay in the step one mode of identifying need. I need. Do you know the need vibration and the allowing vibration are so far apart that they aren't even on the same, well, they are on the same stick, but so far apart on this stick that when you are really needy, you are really blocking what you are desiring. You can't be needy. And you say, well, that stinks. Because if I need it, I need it. And if I need it, I'm asking for it. And that book you wrote, Ask and It Is Given, stinks too. Because I've been asking and asking and asking and asking and asking and asking, and it has not come to me. So what gives? And then we say, oh, it's given. It's in this vibrational reality. And you say, oh, that's a nice cover, Abraham. It's over there where we can't see it. Nice try. How do I get my money out of the damn vortex and into the bank? When does it become a reality that is meaningful to me? And we say, when you tune your vibration to the frequency that allows you to be the witness of the transferring it from vibrational into what is more. You see, you don't really have a long enough view from your physical perspective to really get that everything that you see now in your physical world was a vibration at one time that has become. All things, wanted or unwanted, that are manifested in your experience are as a result of humans and others, animals too, giving attention to subjects. And so when you start paying attention deliberately, then you begin exercising more control of what becomes in your experience. So much so that two of you could be walking in a similar direction, in a similar town, on a similar street, and be living such different experiences, because what you're translating from the ethers into reality is very different than what someone else is not allowing to become for themselves. Do you follow this a bit? So step one is contrast causes you to ask. Step two is source answers. Step three is you've got to get in the receiving mode, so that you can feel the satisfaction of witnessing these thoughts turning to things. And when you get really good at that, when you meditate every day, or when you are often an appreciator, when life is feeling good to you, when the edge is not so edgy in your life experience, when you occasionally have a negative emotion, but mostly you feel wonderful, then we announce that you have accomplished step four. Step four is the mastery of step three. How about that? Might seem silly to give a whole step to the mastery of a step before it, but it's what we've done. Because when it's easy for you to stay or to get back to that receiving mode, that appreciative mode, then you're in a place where what's in the vortex, the vibrational version of it, which is presenting itself to you all day, every day, begins to be heard by you. It's like you line up with it. It's like you tune into it. So it goes like this. You're bipping along, you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, your vortex is full of enough to keep you busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes, really. Law of attraction has been responding to it, cooperative components have been gathered, and all of this is queued up, ready for you to begin a conscious realization of it. So Source, who knows where you are in relationship to what you have already created, is offering you a steady thought stream, a path to lead you to the full satisfaction of these things that you want. And we call it a path of least resistance, because you, dear hearts, and it's all right, you've put a whole bunch of resistance on your path. But your inner being knows what all your hang-ups are, what all your hindering beliefs are. And your inner being is offering you ideas of how to get to where you want to be, even though there's resistance on your path. Your inner being isn't saying, oh, there's resistance on your path. Go get rid of it and then come back and we'll talk. Your inner being isn't saying, oh, too much resistance for you. You're doomed to an unpleasant life. Your inner being just constantly offers ideas about how you can get to where you want to be. It's like Esther losing her gold pen. She couldn't find it anywhere. She searched for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks about it. Finally gave up, looked everywhere, in every handbag, in every drawer, even moved to a whole new place, boxed everything up, unboxed everything, and finally said, I guess I have to face the fact I've lost my beautiful gold pen. And then one day, because we knew where it was, and she was so convinced that it was lost that she couldn't find it, even though her hand had searched through that bag so many times. Do you know, when you're looking for something that you don't believe is there, your hand cannot find it? You'll go there when it's over there, and then you'll go there when it's over there, then you'll shake it over there. You cannot defy these laws of the universe. So one day we offered to her a suggestion that she look for something else. It was a little perfume spray that she liked. And she thought, oh, I think the last time I used it was in that bag. She reached in and came out with her pen. Path of least resistance. You might call it trickery. Whatever it takes to get you to where you want to be. You think you're looking for this, but really what you do is find that. And you know that. You've had that experience many times, haven't you? Looking for your keys, you're on your way out the door, or you don't even know you don't have your keys, and then you remember something else and you go back for that bottle of water, and there are your keys, and you think, oh, wasn't that lucky that I needed this bottle of water, or I would not have found my keys? It wasn't lucky. It was your inner being who knew where the keys were. Path of least resistance. And so your vortex is full of all of this knowing, all of this reality, all of it queued up, all of the cooperative components gathered for you. And then you, in some vibrational relationship to that knowing. The better you feel, the more on point you are. The worse you feel, the more oblivious you are. You recognize that in yourself, don't you? So let's say you've been meditating, you've been appreciating, you're mostly tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And so you are in the vicinity of what's in your vortex, and there you are. Maybe you've just meditated and you've cleared your mind. It's such a wonderful state of being. And then near the end of your meditation, a thought occurs to you. This sweet thought comes into your mind, and you can feel the exhilaration of it because it's a pure idea straight from source. Now, we don't mean pure in the sense that it's only talking about spiritual things by your standards. Esther came out of meditation the other day, and the first thought she had was, ooh, I'd like to move the furniture around in my house. Many would say, we might be in the wrong seminar. But it was such a good feeling thought. And what it led to was a series of events that just knocked Esther's socks off by the time it was finished. The people that she met and the things that ensued as a result of that beginning thought. And so when that first sweet thought comes to you, and by that sweet thought we mean that thought that is not burdened by doubt or disbelief, that first really good satisfying thought comes, then you're off and running. And once you allow yourself to be the receiver of those good feeling thoughts, and even more important, the understander of why you had access to such a thought and what that thought would lead to. It's like getting ready to be ready, to be ready, to be ready, to be ready for the full manifestation. But so often, you just want the full manifestation. You don't want to be ready to be ready, ready. You just say, I want it, and I want it now. And when it doesn't come now because you weren't ready to be ready, to be ready, to be ready, to be ready, then you say, I must not be worthy, or I must not be in the path of goodness, or it's that reason, or that reason, or that reason. And then you practice the thought of it not coming to you rather than allow the thoughts of it coming.